So, we were just talking about parties,
Social gatherings.
social gatherings. So here's my question: how many of you? It's a question for myself. How many of you have ever been to a party with your partner or your significant other or whatever, and then that evening you've had a disagreement, row, dispute. Everything was great at the party, but you get home and then boom. You were looking at her this way, or she was a weirdo and you want to be with him, or whatever stuff. It's always after a party, and why is
true.
that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is my theory on why it happens after a party. What happens when you go to a party? You eat food that you don't normally eat.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Okay, always, because no two households eat the same way.
Right.
Right. And you're around people who you don't know.
Right.
And that's quite stressful
Mm-hmm.
because we do this thing. What's she thinking of me? Let's see, how much do I have to tell him I earn for him to approve of me? You know, what's that guy think of my shoes? You know, why is that weirdo looking at me the whole time? Like, does he fancy me or something? Whatever. And how
Or
do I
she.
how do I impress this
Whatever.
person? You know, and why is
Does
that
this person have more money than me?
yeah. Why is that person over there not looking at me even?
Is that girl prettier than me?
There you go. So all of these questions, they're happening. And that's quite stressful for our emotional body.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to measure up, we're trying to compare, and we shouldn't be doing that, but we'll make another video about that later. So now we've had the food that our body doesn't really agree with, you know, or is not used to, and we've had all of this comparing and contrasting. It's so stressful.
Alcohol
and so
possibly.
tiring. Oh, let's have some alcohol, throw in a few cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for those people who partake of other substances like a
Mhm.
bit of cocaine or a bit of hash or whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So what sort of state is your body in now? And we talked about telling yourself a story. What story starts at that party because of the way somebody looks at you or bumps into you or doesn't respond to you?
Mm-hmm.
And
Or two people are having a conversation and you're sitting there by yourself and there's another two people having a conversation, three people, and you're by yourself and you're thinking, nobody wants to talk to me. What do I do?
There you go. Yeah, so we all do that, and then by the time we get home, after that long drive home, after the party, you know,
Mhm.
that long walk home after the party, we are tired,
Mhm.
physically, emotionally, psychologically. And the first thing you say to me is, so why was that girl, you know, the one with the flirty dress and the low-cut top? Like, why was she standing so close to you, like, for most of the party?
Yeah, why was she?
Yeah. Ready for that argument? So, what's the way out of it? And the way out of it is something I picked up when I stopped drinking. I still went to parties to see my friends, but I gave up alcohol, so I couldn't drink alcohol. But what I did do was I made decisions, and one of the decisions I made was, I'm going to drink water or apple juice. I'm used to it. The food that was around, I just said no to. I made sure I ate before I went to a party.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I felt myself getting tired,
Mm-hmm.
I went home.
That's
And when I was a drinker, I was always the last dude at the party. I never wanted the party to end. And when I stopped, I was like, okay, you know, I don't feel so good now. I'm out of here. So just look after yourself. That's your answer.
Yeah, and I also think that, you know, when we go to parties, it's just a party. It's not the end all and be all. If our expectation is to have a good time and we don't particularly have a good time, well, so we didn't have such a good time. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
There you go.